Father, we thank you for the privilege to worship and to praise your name one more time. And we pray, God, that you would send your word. Let you serve it down in the deep secret, hidden meanings of your word. Open up our understanding and feed us with knowledge from on high. And we shall give your name the praises, the glory, and the honor. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Those of you that have your Bibles, you would turn with me to the book of Daniel, chapter 5. In the book of Daniel, chapter 5, and beginning with verse 5. Those that feel like standing, may stand. If your legs won't allow you, may keep your seat. I'm reading from what is known as the New King James Version of the Bible, and it reads like this. In the same hour, the finger of a man's hand appeared and wrote opposite of the lampstand on the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that his joints of his knees were loosened, and his knees knocked against the other. And I want to talk just a few moments from this thought. The hand writing on the wall. The hand is writing on the wall. We have heard that saying many times. The hand is writing on the wall. And we've heard it from the time that I was young, and I can barely remember, and even being quoted today, the hand writing on the wall. And they done taken the Bible content and using it as a regular or everyday regular saying to demonstrate to folks that something is coming that they don't know what it is. And that saying is the hand writing on the wall, which means that something is about to happen or something is going to happen. But in our lesson today, the word is being used as Daniel writes, the hand is writing on the wall. And the word, the writing on the wall, should open all of our eyes and open our understanding to the reality of things that is to come. In other words, be ready. In so many words, because the hand is writing on the wall. And I listen today, Daniel is one of the main characters. Belshazzar is the other. His father also is mentioned in this particular scripture. Nebuchadnezzar is also mentioned as one of the characters in this particular chapter. Belshazzar now is king over Babylon. His father, Nebuchadnezzar, had captured Jerusalem and brought back from Jerusalem some of the, what is called the choice peoples that would serve his kingdom or serve his land. And so, excuse me, and so King Belshazzar decided to have a great party and have a, what is called, in those days they called it a feast. He had a feast of 1,000 of his lords, those who were loyal to him, those who were servant to him and served with him in his kingdom. He threw a big feast, and we call it a party. And while he went and got the best wine, and he began to sip on the wine. And evidently he just sipped too much. He sipped on the wine so much until he began to feel real good. And wine and whiskey will make you feel good, but you'll be crazy for a while. Can I get a witness? It'll make you act like somebody that you're not. And Paul, as he writes to the church, he says to the preachers, don't you drink any wine, because we don't want you saying the wrong thing while you're up there trying to preach. And he said, don't drink any wine. And then he said to the deacons and the members, drink a little wine, just a little wine, and drink only that for stomach's sake. And don't be excessive with your drinking. Can I get a witness? But I want Paul to say, don't drink any wine. Because you don't need anything now for your stomach's sake. You can get it from the drugstore. Or you can get it from the doctor. Are y'all going to stay with me? Now, don't get angry with me, y'all. Y'all that got your wine bottles in the refrigerator already. You got your beer in the refrigerator, so don't get angry. I didn't write this, y'all. God said that. So now I'm not gonna go to your house and look in your refrigerator and see if you got one in there. If you invite me to dinner, don't go trying to run and hide in the closet. Amen. Because I'm not gonna look in the closet. I ain't going no further in the living room and the kitchen table. Y'all stay with me now. And so wine, Solomon said wine distorts the mind and clouds the eye. And alcohol will make you say things that you don't intend to say. Can I go with this? It'll make you do things that you normally wouldn't do if you were sober, if you didn't have a whole lot in your bloodstream. Y'all stay with me now. And so many homes have been destroyed because of one spouse drinking too much wine, too much alcohol, or smoking too much wild weed. Can I get away with this? And some folks just say, well, Reverend, I gotta have my must I tell. Can I get a witness today? And so, brothers and sisters, I'm not going to say don't drink it, but I'm going to say be careful. Can I get a witness? Even though the New Testament said that you can drink, be careful. All right? Because you don't know how far it is when you get behind a car, the stopping distance, when your eyes are cloudy.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When you do anything, yes, you're going to be a cloud into the back of somebody. Yes. And then you're going to get out and say, didn't you see me coming? Can I get a witness? That's what a lady said to me one time. And she hit the side of my car, back into the side of my car. And I'm going this way. And she said, didn't you see me coming? I said, are you crazy, woman? I said, look at the side of my car and look at your car. All down the right side of my car was dead end. Now, yes, I was mad, but I didn't lose my cool. She wasn't drinking. Time had passed on with her as far as age goes. And she couldn't calculate like she used to calculate the distance between two cars. But she was nice about it. She said, here's my information, here's my insurance, here's my driver's license, and to contact my insurance. I contacted the insurance, they didn't argue with me. They said, take your car down to so and so and so and get it fixed. I said, I want to get it fixed. They'll take it on down there, we'll fix it. Now, it doesn't happen that way all the time.
No, sir. No, sir.
Can I get a witness?
No, sir.
And so I want to encourage you today, be careful. And don't drink too much. Can I get a witness? So he began to feel real good. And he decided, well, I think I will do something extraordinary. They got those gold and silver and brass vessels that my father brought back from Jerusalem. And they're over there in the treasury with the rest of the gold and silver. Go over there and get those vessels and bring them over here to the palace. And we're going to drink out of some gold vessels that's been dedicated to a God. Can I get a witness? Get the silver vessels and bring them over here that we can really enjoy. And not only enjoy, but also antagonize and insult the God of Jerusalem, the God of the Jews, the God of the children of Israel. And yet, I'm using my own sanctified imagination. Who they think they are, what they think they are, that they can take those gold vessels and put them in a special place and not use them. Y'all can stay with me?
Come on.
And so they followed the king's advice. They went over there and got the gold vessels and gave one to the king and gave to the king potentate, his sidekick, and probably gave one to the queen and gave one probably to his top assistants and aides. Can you imagine seeing how he's distributing the gold around to drink out of and to intimidate God and the children of Israel? Now you got to remember, he had 1,000 gods himself. And so now, that's a lot of gods. How can you serve that many gods? Can I get a witness here today? And so now, brothers and sisters, Belshazzar taking one of the vessels, and he began to drink out of that vessel. And by the way, he had his wives, had his concubines. And concubines are the woman he just got for sleep with. By the way, just for your information, that's what a concubine is. And he had all of them there, and they began to drink wine, and no doubt most of them was feeling pretty good, and then when he began to after he had got so much wine in him, and then God got on him while he was out of his head acting a fool, but he sure came too quick. He came too quick. The Bible said he was drinking the wine out of the cup, and he looked up and saw a hand writing on the wall. A man's hand with no man behind that hand, just a hand. That'll scare the daylights out of me too. Can I get a witness? You know, when I read that, it reminded me of a time I went to Moses Lake and went fishing. And I was fishing there. Me and another guy was fishing. And he was a Caucasian guy. And we got to talking and going on. And I asked him, I said, how many fish you catch? He said, none. He said, how many have you catch? I said, none. So he hadn't been down to the lake in 3 or 4 years. And so I said, you been fishing here all the time? I said, yeah, I was fishing here all the time, except up until about 3 or 4 years ago. I said, what happened then? I came down here fishing, and I was about half drunk. I said, you were? I said, that's not very good. And he said, well, I had my pole in the water and throwing it out there and throwing it out there. And he said, and all of a sudden the breeze come up and the wave began to blow a little bit. And all I saw was a man's head sticking out of the water just doing this. only his head was up and just bouncing in the wave. He said, I threw my pole in the water and away I went. That's what happened. I sobered it up right away. He said, I haven't been fishing again until now. I said, well, he said, I haven't did any more drinking either. But it broke him. Listen to this, if it taken a man's head thrown in the water to stop him from drinking, God blessed him. Isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes it takes some strange and unusual things for us to change some of our ways. Can I get a witness? And some miracles has to happen in a lot of our lives, and fantastic things that we thought was not impossible for God to change us. Are y'all gonna stay with me? And so now Belshazzar, when he looked up and saw that hand, he sobered up real quick. And the Bible said his face changed. His countenance means that he changed colors. Are y'all with me? Have you ever been scared out of your wits and it seemed like that your skin is going to come off of you? That's scary. That's real scary. And so his countenance changed. Not only that, but listen to this. When he saw that hand, the Bible says that his knees began to knock together. Now that's scary, y'all. That is some scary. And if that doesn't frighten us enough to straighten up and what they call fly right, I don't know what will. Can I get a witness? And then he got so frightened, brothers and sisters, that he could not stand to stay in his own skin hardly. He was so afraid. When you see a handwriting on the wall, I'm sure I would have been scared too. In fact, I probably would have left there. Can I get a witness? Yeah, I probably would have left there. But the Bible says that when you saw that hand writing on the wall, it was writing on the wall, and he couldn't understand what it means. And then just like God can put something on you, and you don't know what it means. You got to get somebody else to interpret it for you.
Right.
Are y'all gonna stay with me? And so now, my brother and sister, The Bible says here that the hand was writing on the wall. Now, I want to make sure that this is interpreted right. So let's go back to the 5th chapter of Daniel. Go back to the 5th chapter of Daniel. All right. Now, when he saw the handwriting on the wall, he brought in the astrologers. Y'all seen that in that 7th verse? He brought in the astrologers, brought in the Chaldean, the soothsayers, and the king spoke to the wise men of Babylon. Whosoever read this writing and tell me its interpretation shall be clothed in purple. Purple was the royalty in that day. That's what they put on Jesus. And have a chain of gold around his neck, and shall be the 3rd ruler of the kingdom. Y'all see that? And now all the king's wise men came, but they could not interpret the writing, that made known to the king. Then the king Belshazzar was greatly in trouble, and his countenance was changed, and his lords were astonished. Then the queen, listen to this, then the queen, because of the word of the king and his lord, came to the banquet. And the queen spoke and said, O king, live forever. Do not let your thoughts be troubled, nor let your countenance change. There is a man in your kingdom in which the spirit of the holy God, y'all see that word? The holy God, that she recognized who he was from his past activities and his past doing. It says, light and understand the wisdom, like the wisdom of God, which founded in him. And King Nebuchadnezzar, your father, the king, made him chief of the musicians, astrologers, Chaldeans, soothsayers, inasmuch as an excellent spirit, knowledge, understanding, interpreting dreams, solving riddles, and explaining intelligence were founded in this Daniel, whom the king Belshazzar now let Daniel be called, and he will give you the interpretation. I'm getting on so close. Then Daniel was brought in by the king, and the king spoke to Daniel, are you that Daniel who was in captivity from Judah, whom my father the king brought from Judas? I have heard of you. Somebody ought to hear about you too. Are y'all with me? I have heard of you. Now wise men, the astrologers, have been brought before me, and they should read the writing and make known to me the interpretation. But they could not make the interpretation of the green. And I have heard of you. Again. And explain the Mass. Now, if you can read, this is what it said. Now, if you can read, he didn't say, will you read it for me? Right. He threw a question mark in there. In other words, I'm not sure if you can read it. All right. But just in case, you can read it. Are y'all getting it? Yes, sir. Make known to me the interpretation that I will give you a purple robe and a chain of gold around your neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let your gift be for yourself, and give your rewards to another. I will read the writing to the king and make known the interpretation. O king, my most high God gave Nebuchadnezzar, your father, the kingdom. In other words, he's saying that this is not a kingdom of yours, but it is a hand-me-down. Can I get a witness? So in other words, you didn't work for it, but God gave it down from your father. Can I get a witness here? Yes, sir. And so now it's in your hand, and I will read it unto you. And I want to tell you what it really means. It means mene teke Euphar, which means that your kingdom has been torn down and given to another. In other words, you will soon be removed from your kingdom, and another one will take over your kingdom. Can I get a witness here today? I want to tell you, my brother and my sister, as I move to a close, you need to be careful how you mess with God and how you mess with things that belong to God. If you dedicate something to God, you need to go on and give it to Him because He is a jealous God. I remember Him telling the children of Israel that I am a jealous God and don't have no other God before me. Can I give a witness? And so now this man had taken the things of God and used them for a worldly situation. And God got tired of the way he was going and changed the things in his life. And it wasn't very long that he died because of his action. I want to tell you now, as I close, that God will separate you from your things. He'll separate your things from you. You need to do right about God. Whatever God says, we need to do. If God good today, I thank God today. He brought me from mighty wrong ways, and I always try to do the right thing about God. Whatever I gave to God, I didn't take it back and use it for myself. Is that right? I want to tell you, even if you don't pay the tithe, God says, I won't get angry with you. But all you got to do is bring the tithe the next time, give a fifth of what you didn't pay the last time. If you don't believe what I'm saying, read the book of the Old Testament. It will tell you what God is saying. And then he said,